Good morning, it is day 70 on the Pacific Crest Trail and I'm on my way to summit Mother Pass, which is just there. Unfortunately, the rest of the gang did not make it to the camp last night. They didn't make it over the Kings River, which is like the first of the big sketchy water crossings, about 4.2 miles behind. They did set off about 2 hours earlier than I did, so there's a good chance they'll catch up with me. But in all honesty, I'm a little bit worried about the situation. I've been talking about different expectations and keeping the group together and people walking at different paces, things like that. But I kind of expected this kind of thing to happen after the Sierras, but not really during. But yeah, the last few days I've really enjoyed going at my own pace, and we did commit to doing this section in 6 days, and I have no doubt that the others are physically capable of doing it, or well, maybe a little bit of doubt, because we kind of need to be doing about 15 miles a day and they've been doing 11. So I'm sure they've been having a wonderful time, but I'm just not sure that they're going to be able to do it in 6 days if they're going to have some 18-mile days coming up. Also, a week or so ago, we had that day where we all agreed that we'd be adding an extra day to the trip. We already kind of did that for this section, adding an extra day in Bishop, which we did need to do. It wouldn't have worked transport wise, but I am a little bit worried about how hungry I've been getting whilst on trail in the Sierras. It really does take a lot more energy out of you, and I really don't want to be rationing my food. I'm a bit worried even now how hungry I am, and I'm eating all the food that I got for each day. So yeah, a bit of a scary time, a bit of a sucky time, to be honest. I don't want the group to come to an end, and again, I fully believe that they can do this section in 6 days. But yeah, we'll just see how today goes. I think I'm going to try and wait for them about halfway through the day, where they're probably going to finish, but I might do another 3-4 miles or so. Yeah, so sucky time, not fun things to think about, but hopefully it'll all work out. But yeah, I wanted to be real, keep things real on here, so that's what this is. This is just where I'm at the moment, and hopefully I'll be able to update you having met up with everyone later on.
Hello again. Today was a bit of a mixed bag with some high highs and low lows. The climb up Mather went fairly smoothly. I only really needed the ice axe on the way up, and then on the way down there was quite a lot of snow, but it was still quite early, about 8 a.m, so with my micro spikes it was fine. There were some people that did try to glissade. There were some glissade tracks, but it was rock hard ice, solid, so they had a bit of a painful time doing it. But the sun hadn't reached that side of the snow when I got to it, which was very convenient because I could just walk downhill. It was quite steep at points, but not too bad. There was a little bit of a rock scramble, but yeah, not the worst. So I changed my plan slightly and decided to wait for people, the rest of the group, just after the snow ended, because my thinking was that if I'm walking faster than them, the further I walk, the later that I'd have to wait for them to catch me up. So I waited, I think it was about maybe a mile or two after the peak of Mother Pass, and stayed there for about 4 hours, during which time all kinds of thoughts went through my head, just the stuff I was talking about earlier on, wondering whether they'd be able to finish in 6 days, because it seemed like they were walking less than 1 mile an hour, so I was a little bit worried. But Jump Scare and Cannibal did show up at about 4 hours in, and I got to walk with them for a bit, and it was lovely catching up with them, hearing about how everyone else was doing. I did unfortunately twist my ankle about 5 minutes into walking with them, which I thought later may have been a symbol from the universe to kind of take it chill and hang back with them. I did probably ignore that signal, and after about 30 minutes of walking with them, did zoom past them again because they wanted to go to mile 832, and that was about 12 miles in front of where we were, and it was 2 p.m. at that point, and I was fully keen to get to that campsite, but I knew that we needed to go a little bit faster, so I thought, okay, cool, I will speed ahead and I'll meet you there. Unfortunately, they did not make it to the campsite. They stopped a little bit earlier, I think somewhere around 830, so they could make up the difference tomorrow. So that's a little bit sad that they didn't make it, we didn't get to hang out, but it's all good. We will meet up eventually, because we are going to do it in 6 days. And I, on the other hand, I had an amazing time when I zoomed off. Turtle was onto something when he was saying this was the most beautiful section of the Sierras. It was honestly stunning, like beautiful woodlands, a big river/waterfall next to you the whole time, amazing mountains in the background, just indescribable as it has been the whole way through. So the hike today itself was fairly cruisy in that it was a gentle downhill followed by a gentle uphill, and which was lovely. Like other people I was with yesterday wanted to see how far they could get today just because it was such easy hiking compared to what we've had a few days before. And it was amazing. I think I may have gone faster, or it felt like I was going faster on the uphill part, because I stopped just at the junction where it was going from downhill to uphill. I had myself a chocolate bar, I had a drink, turned the music on, and then it felt like I was halfway between like a flow state or like going through runner's high. Somewhere in between there, it was just amazing. I felt on top of the world. So yeah, really, really enjoying just going at my own pace and being able to like fly through. And so yeah, I managed to go like 17 miles today, even with a big break in the middle. So that's reassuring for future times. I think I'm aiming for about 15 miles again tomorrow, but it's flexible. See what the others are doing, what I fancy when we get there. But yeah, I will check in with you later and see you there.